Howdy mates, good late morning. Today is Tuesday, December 29th, 2020, and I'm actually visiting the Shawnee Prairie Nature Preserve, which is where the Dark County Parks are based at, where their office is. And that is where, basically, this was one of the areas where I got my first inspiration of teaching and learning more about nature. So shout out to Mandy Martin, Mitchell Pence, and Megan Schmidt for the fellow naturalists who are working here right now, and among the others too. So I wanted to focus this video upon a certain topic that I want to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so you may be thinking, what is this on this tree? Well, for those of you who are familiar with the term, this is something known as a lichen. And a lichen is the result of a symbiotic relationship. And you may be thinking, what exactly do you mean by a symbiotic relationship? Well, that type of relationship is where you have two different organisms involved and they benefit from one another. So in this case, the lichen is a result of a symbiotic relationship between that of the fungus in the tree and the cyanobacteria. Or if it were in water, it would be algae. So, in this symbiotic relationship between the two is, well, the fungus benefits from the cyanobacteria because, in turn, they get carbohydrates from the cyanobacteria or the moss, because it photosynthesizes. And then, the moss, or the cyanobacteria, in turn, get certain filament protection coming from that of the fungus. In a way, the lichen kind of acts as the protection. And, you know, you may all be thinking, like, why do lichens matter? Well, as it turns out, you know, with lichens, we actually derive a lot of medicines that come from this particular organism right here. And they serve as a great food source for other organisms, such as many of the insects. So they also serve as a great food source too. And they are actually a very slow growing organism too. So you don't want to use them too much because they just take longer to grow. But yeah, I may actually share an article with you guys so you can learn more about them. And they can be found on trees, fences, even on the ground as well. I mean, they can be found all over the place, as long as the conditions are right for them. And they have to have a certain amount of moisture as well. Yeah, you can see more of them on this. I believe this could be a maple of some kind. I'd have to take a closer look at it. But yeah. Neat stuff. So alrighty, thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something in the video about lichens. They are important to have, you know. And another reason that we should really care about them too is they help indicate the air quality in the area too. They're sensitive to pollutants. So if you are in an area where you see less lichens, that's an indication that there's more pollution. And if there are more lichens, which there are a lot on these trees, that's a good sign. So they also help indicate air quality too. So alright, that was something I accidentally forgot to include earlier in the video. So alright, hope all of you enjoy your Tuesday, and Journey on a Journey is out. Take care, folks.